It is an exciting week around here, and I am so incredibly grateful and pumped that you are here joining this episode, joining the podcast this week, here to see the conversation, here to be in the conversation, and to hear more about all of the cool, exciting things happening in women's health. I am just almost speechless because I am really excited to bring to you these incredible resources that I know will serve and help so many women. So let's start first things first. I am announcing out today the official information for my coaching pilot program. This has been something that I've been personally working on for months. It's been something I've been dreaming on for years, and I'm finally at the point where I am ready to launch out my coaching pilot to see how I can really serve women and how I can put the pieces together on the knowledge that I've compiled over the years to really encourage women with an intentional plan that will serve their physiology, that will help them nurture their hormone health, and above all, create long-term sustainable habits that will work with them as their health evolves over time. So my coaching program in a nutshell, I'm going to share all of the details in the show notes of this podcast, right? I actually did an additional video where I go over the full-blown details of the program. So you can look at that in the show notes, but just a quick recap, just a quick overview of what the program entails. This is going to be a 12-week or 3-month coaching support opportunity for women who really want to work on fitness and nutrition as the foundational pieces to their wellness, while also diving deeper on how do they nurture their female physiology well, how do they start to get educated about hormone health, and how do you start to learn the inside out wellness components that really matter when it comes to nurturing your health for the long haul. So inside this program, I'm going to be doing, initial health assessments through my unique coaching methodology. I'm going to be offering tutorial videos and step-by-step guides on how to track your cycle, why that matters, how to use that to your benefit, doing move and form checks, or I should say weight and form checks, to really make sure you're setting yourself up for success inside this program. So often while we're doing these things virtually is a blessing, there's also things we can miss as far as appropriate weight selection or making sure that we're getting adequate form in our movement to maximize effort, prevent injury, but also to get into really quality range of motion. So I'm going to be doing some of that as a coach. I'm also going to be doing a stress analysis / mind-body literacy tutorial inside my coaching program, where I help women really assess the inside-out components to their wellness, right? Mental, emotional, relational, lifestyle, environmental factors, how that plays into your overall health and wellness, and how that really can be pivotal and whether or not you're able to take forward steps and create progress when it comes to your fitness and nutrition regimen and really how you're taking care of your health. So those are some of the unique things I'll be offering inside this pilot, alongside check-ins like an hour call a month, an email check-in a month, a wrap-up call. And then one of the things that I'm also really excited to bring into this program are the strategic partners that I'm working with, right? One of which is Sync. And Sync is a community I've been connected to for a little over a year, about a year and a half now. And it has been an incredible blessing in my life and something that I want to make sure I'm connecting more women to. Okay. So inside this pilot program that I've created, we're going to be utilizing the Sync fitness program as our fitness regimen, right? As the piece that we'll be following to really work on our fitness and work on our movement. And then for the nutritional side, I plan to offer my own unique nutritional plans in a very personalized way through the program that are macronutrient focused, not necessarily focused on counting macros, but have the macronutrient focus. And then alongside that, we'll be pulling in some of the Sync nutritional components where we're going to learn more about phasing nutrition, right? How do we actually eat in a way that supports our hormones throughout different cycle phases and so much more. So that's going to be the nutritional side on top of utilizing one other partnership, which is Hue and Grace. And we're going to be bringing in the Hue and Grace supplements, specifically morning and night, and really utilizing those to target very universal deficiencies that many females have, right? Utilizing ingredients like vitamin D, curcumin, and other things that are really going to help us with anti-inflammatory benefits, detoxification benefits, natural energy, and so much more. So inside this coaching pilot, I'm pulling in these partnerships in one all-inclusive package to really help you put together a personalized plan. Get intentional about what's going to work best for you. And again, utilize these strategic partners so you're learning from other experts in the space, right? You're getting connected to brands that are doing incredible work for women's health and hormone health. You're getting connected to experts like Jenny Swisher and Dr. Paige Gutierrez inside the Sync community so they can teach you on a deeper level about the endocrine system, female physiology, the importance of root cause testing and understanding root cause health, right? Those are all pieces to this overall pilot that I cannot wait to get you connected to. Okay. Again, all of the details of this coaching pilot program are listed in the show notes of this podcast. And the biggest thing to note is this pilot is going to be very small, right? I'm only taking 5 clients, and enrollment for this pilot will start on Monday, June 3rd. Okay. There's 2 other things I want to quickly share about that are super exciting inside this week. Okay. With my Sync partnership, and I shared a little bit about this last week on the podcast, there's the Sync fitness component, which I'm going to be utilizing inside my coaching pilot, which actually officially launches this week, which is super exciting. It's a 28-day cycle syncing fitness program that is really by women, for women, and really an incredible one-stop shop resource that so many women need, right? We need this knowledge and we need to be implementing it in order to really, again, maximize how we're working with our female physiology and really nurturing our hormone health as we're working towards health goals. Okay. So the Sync Fitness program has been a huge part of this week's exciting announcements. And the other really cool piece to the Sync component and my partnership with them is the recent launch of the virtual telehealth hormone health consults with Dr. Paige Gutierrez. They are a virtual telehealth opportunity for you to do root cause testing, to understand potential hormonal imbalances in your body, for you to get the data on what you need so you can go out and make lifestyle changes very intentionally. You can go out and put together a protocol very intentionally for your body, right? So that is another really exciting offering that's coming to fruition this week, alongside, again, my coaching pilot program, the Sync Fitness component, and other amazing resources being put together for women's health. Okay. All of these details you can find in the show notes of this podcast. How to get connected to Sync consults, if that's something that you're maybe interested in and you want to do some testing. Maybe you just want to do the Sync fitness program and you're not necessarily interested in the deeper dive accountability that I'm going to be offering inside my coaching pilot program. That's also an option for you. And my coaching pilot program details will also be in the show notes, right? So if you are someone who's looking for a very intentional way to get strategic on your goals in like a capacity that's not overwhelming, that's truly brainless, that has your best interest at heart, because we're going to be working with your female physiology and intentionally pulling in resources that support that, then the coaching pilot program is something I strongly encourage you to check out. Again, all the details will be in the show notes of this podcast. You can send me an email at any point in time at erinktreer@gmail.com if that's something that you want to discuss further. And in a nutshell, again, I will be only accepting 5 clients into this pilot, and it officially launches on June 3rd, Monday, this upcoming Monday. You guys, I am just over the moon for the incredible gifts that I have been given when it comes to coaching in the women's health space. I have been introduced to incredible people. I have been introduced to and partnered with incredible experts and brands in this space. And I feel so blessed to be able to do this work, right? I am called to do this work because I know women need to know the depth of what happens inside our physiology as we grow older, as our bodies and brains change, and how do we really nurture that? And how do we create routines and habits that really nurture that for the long haul, right? That is really my goal as a coach. Before I wrap up this podcast, I want to share one of the reasons I really came up with this pilot program as I was brainstorming and praying on and thinking about the ways that I wanted to serve in the women's health space. One of the things that I've learned personally on my own journey is the value of having really intentional accountability and support along the way. So there have been things that I've done, like testing or gotten involved in groups or with coaches, where I was given a plan or I was given a protocol, but then everything was put on me to implement it all on my own, right? And there were other situations where I was put into a plan or put into a program, and I had more group support and I had more of a one-on-one coach and I had more accountability. And I will tell you, without a doubt, having accountability and somebody to guide you and someone to brainstorm with and ask questions with and to help you really get intentional about the plan that you want to put into place is the game-changing component. And I knew when I was creating this coaching pilot program That is what I wanted to do for women. I wanted to be the resource that went deeper, right? I wanted to be the connector with really intentional tools that I knew and know have women's female physiology top of mind, have hormone health top of mind, that are really by women for women. That is really my goal with creating this. I wanted to fill in the gap and be the person that could really help hold you accountable to the goals that you're setting forward, right? That is a huge piece to really being able to create sustainable change. And so that is why I'm so excited for this pilot. And I strongly encourage you to check out, again, the show notes of this podcast, where I share a more in-depth explanation of everything that's included in the program, the pricing of the program, and just further details on what's included with everything that you will get when you're coaching with me. Again, if you guys have questions, feel free to send me an email at any point in time, erinktreer@gmail.com. You can also find me on social at Erin K. Trier on Instagram or Erin Heitkamp Trier on Facebook. You can also reach out to me on my Facebook group, Refining Women's Health. It's a free Facebook group that I actually have on Facebook. And recap, all of these links, all of these details, all of this information that I've shared today will be in the show notes of this podcast. Again, whether you want to get connected to consultations, whether you want to get connected to Sync Fitness only, whether you want to get connected to my coaching pilot program, again, that launches on June 3rd, whether you want to get connected to my free Facebook group where I share all kinds of details about programs and brands and things that I'm working with and launches, but I also share a lot of great hormonal health information, details on diving into our inside out wellness, and so much more. So again, make sure you're checking out the show notes of this podcast. And I can't thank you guys enough for being here. Super excited for all of the goodness that's launching this week. There are so many incredible resources being created, being shared, and being put into action by women for women. And that is an incredible thing to be a part of. And I'm so happy to do this work alongside you. See you in the next one.